Welcome to History of the U.S. since 1865, fall 2026. I'm your instructor, Jonathan Parker. I'll be with you for the next 16 weeks. So I am a great believer in respecting your time, so I'm not going to bore you by reading this whole thing verbatim. Anyway, here I am. My email, jonathan.parker@heartland.edu. I am virtual. I have only ever taught virtually for Heartland, so I, to the best of my knowledge, do not have an office on campus. The division phone number for liberal arts and social sciences is 309-268-8620. If you need anything as far as office hours are concerned, please don't take Zoom meetings as needed as a closed for business sign. It's just, we professors get a little tired of waiting in a Zoom room for 3 hours for 16 weeks straight for no one to ever show up. So if you need help, please do reach out, and I will do everything in my power to help you and accommodate you and do whatever is needed to help you succeed in this course. All right, but you have to make the effort. I'm not a mind reader. I won't know if you're having difficulty unless you tell me. So our course is online anytime. It doesn't require on-campus attendance. There will still be regular and scheduled due dates for assignments. Students are not required to log in at scheduled times each week to participate in class sessions, though they may be required to log in at specific scheduled times for exams or other assignments like conferences. I don't typically do that portion with online anytime courses. So this class fulfills 3 semester hours in social and behavioral sciences required for the AA or AS degree. It should, word here, should, sometimes it doesn't always happen, transfer as part of the general education core curriculum designed in the Illinois Articulation Initiative to other Illinois college universities participating in the IAI. And why it says should, not every Illinois college or university participates in the IAI. Students should consult an academic advisor for transfer information regarding particular institutions, and itransfer.org will give you a lot of information about that. So, learning outcomes, I'll let you get through that on your own. Range of assessments, pretty standard stuff. Exams, quizzes, research papers, class participation, group presentations, and paper presentations. I'm more leaning towards short essay based writing assignments to get to the 15-page limit instead of a 15-page research paper. You don't want to write that, and I don't want to read it. So we're going to avoid that. Program outcomes. I'll let you get through that on your own. And the outline, we'll start with Reconstruction, and we'll get through recent trends. Your book calls it American Carnage, kind of a dramatic take on recent times. So there will be a midterm, 20% of your grade. There will be a final exam. There will be chapter quizzes that will be given after every chapter you read. Short essays, 1 to 2 pages, double-spaced before anybody overly freaks out about it. Discussion board posts, 15% of the semester grade, and other classwork is assigned 15% of the semester grade, and all equals up to 100%. 2 exams, as I said, quizzes over every chapter, writing equivalent to 15 pages over the course of the semester, and we'll get through this through short essays equivalent to 1 to 2 double-spaced pages based on a prompt or prompts embedded in most class modules. Discussion board posts embedded in most modules. Also, discussion boards, I tend to stay out of those. I've found that with class discussions, students just tend to parrot what they think I want to hear, and I want you to think for yourselves. So I stay out. Standard 10-point grading scale. Reading assignments will include both primary and secondary sources. A minimum of 15 pages of college-level writing is required in this course. Again, this is the college saying this, not me. Writing assignments include papers of various lengths, essay exams, various projects as deemed appropriate by the instructor. So here's the 16-week class schedule. Basically, this is going to be tweaked a little bit. So you're getting the weekends off. Week starts on Monday, weekends on Friday, 11:59. Week 1 will be reconstruction, pages 16 to 41 in your book. The syllabus, there'll be a syllabus quiz, chapter quiz, and a little bit more. So don't depend on the syllabus course schedule to tell you everything that is needed. Look on the module page, right, on your course. And what is there is the complete picture. I've not taught this course online before, so this is a new experience. So this is just what I knew we could do and I knew we could cover. Week 2, capital and labor, and so on and so forth. And you'll see there are short essays and discussions peppered throughout the 16 weeks. And week 9, is the midterm over chapters 14 through 21. Week 16 is the final exam. So methods of instruction, lecture discussion. It's sometimes like this where I'm talking to you through a video. It appeals to the visual learners and auditory learners to be able to see me and listen to me. Discussion, some of you enjoy talking things through with classmates. I mean, we do a whole bunch of things. Attendance policy. Students are expected to attend class each week. Attendance is defined as completing homework assignments, taking quizzes and tests, as well as regularly logging into Canvas. Late work, as a rule, I don't accept late work. However, I understand, life happens, and you might not be able to turn something in on time. If a circumstance like an illness or a death in the family does happen, please make sure you talk to me and make sure that you have proof that what you said did happen. And I feel like a jerk for putting that in, but I've been lied to for years about people's dead grandmothers. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. So we've gotten to a point where I need to see a program from a funeral home. If you come to me with an excuse like I went to a Taylor Swift concert last night, that happened. I went to a Chris Brown concert too, or I had other homework to do. You're not going to be turning in anything. Census Day. Students not attending or actively pursuing a course during the census refund period will be dropped. For a 16-week course like ours, the census date is 2 weeks after the start of the semester. Students identified as not attending will be dropped from the course, so the course will be removed from your transcript and not charge tuition and fees, resulting in the accurate roster of students pursuing the course. So if not attending, students can contact their instructor to determine intent to actively pursue the course. Like, I get that you might not be able to log in on day 1 or something might happen. Communication, I just can't stress it enough, is so key in these types of relationships. For most of you, I'm never going to meet you. I'm never going to actually see you face to face. For most of you, the only thing you're probably ever going to be is a name on my computer. So communication is key. So you're not just a name on a computer, and I can actually put a face to the name, and I know a little bit about you. That works wonders, because not just me, but people in general are more inclined to do things and stick their neck out for people they know than for people who just intend on being a name on a class roster. You are expected to attend all classes and meaningfully participate each day. Any student who does not make reasonable attempts to successfully complete all course activities may be withdrawn from the course at midterm. However, if any of the following situations apply, the student will be automatically withdrawn by the end of week 8. Was absent, did not log into the course for any 2 consecutive weeks without appropriate notice. Actively pursuing successful completion of this course should include the following: earning a passing grade, actively participating in class, completing coursework, including but not limited to class activities, labs, and quizzes, tests, logging into the course management system, meaning Canvas, on a regular basis. You may be withdrawn from this course, possibly at the 10-day mark, more likely at midterm grades, or even at the final withdrawal cutoff date if you are not actively pursuing successful completion of this course. Conduct, controversial issues, and civility. For reading and writing assignments as well as discussion, be prepared possibly to confront historical events, concepts, and beliefs which you may find controversial, disturbing, and potentially offensive. Describing, analyzing, and understanding such things does not mean we approve of them. In case of disagreement, maintain an attitude of civility and mutual respect. We all have a right to our own opinions, as well as a mutual obligation to refrain from insults or hate speech, verbal or otherwise, that would impinge on others' rights to a safe, shared learning environment free of intimidation or harassment. Disagreements and debates are an essential part of higher education. The key really is to challenge ideas intellectually rather than attacking people personally. Somebody may be wrong, but that's no reason to call them names, in other words. Specifications for writing materials. Scores on written assignments will depend primarily on the accuracy of information, organization, and intellectual quality of your analysis. Style is also important. If I can barely read your essay or whatever because it's one big, long, run-on sentence, well, that's a problem. Check grammar and spelling as carefully as possible and maintain a reasonably formal tone. Careless, overfamiliar writing, like you're typing out a text to a friend in the style of text messaging with friends and family, is inappropriate in an academic or professional setting. Personal context, the statements. Email is the quickest and most effective way to get in touch with me. Please email me at jonathan.parker@heartland.edu to get in contact with me. I do my utmost to respond to all emails within 24 hours. Again, if I hadn't said it already, I'm teaching 7 classes between 3 colleges. I'm taking a graduate seminar. I'm pretty swamped this semester. I'm going to do everything within my power to help and be reasonably responsive. But again, if it's 24 hours and 10 minutes, don't come at me. I'm doing my best. Mr. Parker should be how you address me. I don't have a doctorate. I don't insist on being called professor or anything like that. It's just a mark of respect. I've gotten a lot of emails the last couple semesters addressed to Jonathan. Another one, I don't know what high school teaches this. Dear Jonathan.Parker@heartland.edu. Use of my first name is disrespectful. Do not refer to me by my first name. Also, assignments must be submitted via Canvas. No Google Doc submissions will be graded. Academic citation etiquette. Whenever you turn in a written assignment, you are required to cite your source. If you use a direct quote from a book, article, website, you paraphrase a chunk of text from the book, article, website. You present a theory, argument, opinion that does not belong to you. It is okay. In fact, it is appreciated to acknowledge other people's ideas, theories, or arguments. It takes time for us all to develop our own original ideas. So the graduate degree I'm getting, I don't, obviously I don't know everything there is to know about the subject. It's perfectly fine. My teachers encourage, read. look at the ideas that the great thinkers in the past have developed, cite them, give credit where credit's due. Essentially, providing correct citations allow you to show that you are borrowing from existing sources to develop your own answer. So at the end of your written assignments, you're required to provide a list of sources that you have utilized for the assignment. We will use MLA9, and I'll stop right there. This is just the style that I've gotten the least amount of pushback from students on. If you are an ardent fan of APA, Chicago, or whatever else, that's perfectly fine. Just stay consistent with your formatting. For bibliographies and inline citations for class, use the template in the following link to construct your bibliography. Easybib.com. That's one of 1,000 citation generators. If you have one you like to use, it's probably perfectly fine. Inline citations are also expected in any writing assignments that you turn in where you have used outside sources. If you have any doubts about whether something needs to be cited, please just create a citation for it. Don't take chances with your grade. All right, this is a battle every semester, but one I'm still going to fight. Wikipedia is not an academic resource. Somewhere along the line, somebody told you that it was, and it's not. Because anybody anywhere can get on there and change an article's contents. So do not cite Wikipedia in any work that you do this semester. It will negatively impact your grade. Time commitment. The course has been designed to scaffold student learning and allow students the opportunity to build knowledge of American history since 1865. So students are expected to work through the modules on time in order to achieve the learning objectives of the course. The estimated workload is about 8 to 10 hours a week. So, miscellaneous here. I'm not going to chase you down to make sure you're keeping up with your work. It's your responsibility as a college student to talk to me and find out what you missed. I'm not going to chase you down. If you have a million missing assignments, you're not going to hear anything from me. It's not high school. This is how we do things in higher ed. If you find that you have any trouble keeping up with assignments or other aspects of the course, make sure you let your instructor know as early as possible, as you will find building professional rapport and effective relationships are key to becoming an effective professional. Make sure that you are proactive in informing me when difficulties arise so I can help you find a solution to your problem. And I will do my utmost to do so. Take away from the syllabus, keep an open line of communication with me, and you will be fine. You will learn something from this class. You may even enjoy yourself. Stranger things have happened. Online and hybrid course expectations, summing it up, there's a blanket ban on artificial intelligence in this course. Blanket ban, meaning do not use it. AI is undoubtedly getting better. It's still not at a point where it can fool me into thinking that you wrote it. I had a paper last semester. The student insisted it was their own original work, but it was one long run-on sentence, and there were no citations. It was AI generated, and we finally arrived at that conclusion. AI prohibited at any stage of an assignment. Coursework that is found to be AI generated in whole or in part is subject to the following consequences. Failure of assignment and written account submitted to the appropriate college administrator with a first offense, and a failure in course and written account submitted to the appropriate college administrator for a second offense. So as a student in this course and at this college, you are expected to maintain high degrees of professionalism, commitment to active learning and participation in this class, and integrity in your behavior in and out of the classroom. So this means you will conduct yourself as though you are serious about your education, and I hope you are, and learning to work with others in professional environments, both on-site and online. You should be familiar with all of this. This is pretty standard stuff for taking an online course. What constitutes academic activity? Examples of academic activity include submitting an assignment, taking an exam, attending a study group, initiating contact with me to ask questions about the course. Examples of academic activity do not include logging into our Canvas page without doing anything, talking about the class with a friend, going to counseling, personal or academic. All right. General disclaimer, I will make every attempt to let you know if the syllabus needs to be modified for any reason at all during the semester. I don't anticipate that it will, but you will be informed as quickly as humanly possible if it does. So here's just general information about the college. As far as Americans with disabilities and Title II requirements, I have taken the position that everyone has a need for time and a half on tests. So if there's some card you have from the Office of Disabilities, you don't need to give it to me. You have an obscene amount of time. I give you in the range of 2 to 3 hours to take your exams in this course. If there is other stuff, please do let me know. But if it's just about time, you don't need to worry about it. You're going to have way more than you need. Academic policies. Okay, so there's your student handbook. There's a bunch of student support services. Take advantage. Heartland's great. I wish that my undergrad had as many services available as you guys do with yours, and I hope you take advantage. That should be it for the syllabus. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do email me. I'm looking forward to a great 16 weeks with you all. Bye.